I just wanted to get on the phone with you so when I realized I was late, so now I need to open up the sites that we need.
Take your time.
I think we'll be good. All right, so let me share
Okay.
screen. This is actually going to be so simple. There's just...
Okay.
All right, so can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, so it's... so anyway, so here's the URL. So it's creativewarriorsunite.com.
Okay.
The usual WordPress admin, WP-admin.
And you're going to send me the logins, right?
I can, or I can just tell you over the phone.
Oh, okay. Hang on a second then.
Or I can email it to you. I mean, I can actually, why don't I just put it in the message here on Skype?
Just put in the message. I'm
Yep.
looking for your book. I keep your notes in. Okay.
Yeah. Open up a little chat thing. Okay, so it is, and it is capital sensitive.
Okay. Okay.
And the username is a little odd. It's actually is Jeffrey space Shaw.
Okay.
And it's a little bit odd. Usually it would be one word, but what we found is that how we had to go in and change the username because that's what was showing up as the author of podcasts.
Oh, okay.
So we had to go in and change the username. All right, so just like any of your WordPress site, you get in here, Creative Warriors Unite. You're going to go to posts as usual.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to show you the most recent posts so you can see that exactly what we want them to look like.
Okay.
Actually, I go over to the actual site too. Okay, so format is really basically the similar. You know, what we call a skin, a cover photograph
Mm-hmm.
at the top. This is now the player.
Mm-hmm.
And then the paragraphs on top, I think you're going to find, are going to continue to get more and more brief.
Okay.
You also want to put the more line right after the first paragraph, even if it's short.
Okay.
We're just finding that looks best
Okay.
on the previous page. Like, flip over here. All right, so I guess we did it after 2 paragraphs in this case because this Alan Iney was particularly short.
Mm-hmm.
So to keep the front homepage looking nice, we're trying to keep these 3, somewhat similar.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think it'll be a matter of just getting used to the amount of text. Like Cole, the first paragraph was big.
Mm-hmm.
Susan, 1 wasn't quite enough. 2 was a little bit longer than we'd like, but it's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alan, we wound up having 2 paragraphs. So it's not so much whether it's 1 or 2 paragraphs, but about the amount of content so that they wind up looking, they're never going to line up perfectly, and that's fine. But as long as they look good together.
So in some cases, it may not necessarily go after the first sentence.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, after you'll real. I've gone through. Oh, by the way, you don't have to do any fixing to the episodes. I did actually, as I thought I would. I fixed them all over the weekend.
Okay.
So having gone through that, you kind of start getting a feel for how much text is needed. And I find it to be, for me, it's certainly less than what we've been doing.
So when you preview the page, you see it like this, right?
Yes, if you just go to the actual site, creativewarriorsunite.com, and it's a good idea, especially in the beginning, to have both tabs open, the admin and the actual site, so that when you do it on the admin, you can see what it looks like. Well, you won't see it, though, because it doesn't broadcast.
Ah, true.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll get used to it, and
Okay.
I see it before it goes out, so I can always change the more line.
Right. Okay.
But, for example, with Alan Iney, this is how it looks in the dashboard, even though on the actual page it actually looks like 2 paragraphs. The fact of the matter is, it's really 2 sentences.
Got it.
right? That's about it. Like that's where you put the
Okay.
more line. That's about the amount of text.
Okay.
So the new site I find we want a lot less up here because it's a long scroll,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
right? So we're trying to keep that a little brief
Okay.
and keeping it brief and keeping it somewhat consistent so that they look nice.
Mhm.
The bottoms alter by the amount of text.
Mhm.
Everything else will line. The photographs will line up, the players will line up, but how long this gray box is depends on how much text is in there.
Okay, but those two sentences created that look right there.
Exactly.
Okay.
I know, it looks like a lot more text than it really is. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's weird, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. What I found is I actually had to I had to put the more line much higher
Okay.
than we were previously doing.
Okay. And like I said, we won't get hung up on that because you can adjust that easy
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. Because I think previously we would have put the more line probably down here.
Yeah, I probably would have actually put it around the third paragraph.
Yeah. Right around here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So it just needs to be a little higher.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I said I think it's basically the same format. I mean, the highlights all in this color, this kind of the sienna color, which is the same
Yeah.
color as the skin.
Yeah.
Everything
Oh,
bulleted.
oh. Go back up for a second.
Oh, the player.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a whole different, we'll come back to that. That's a
Okay.
whole player and
Okay.
super simple.
Okay.
But I think the format is exactly what you're used to.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any difference here.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, it
so,
looks like on categories we're selecting a lot more,
well,
or
and I
what is
can't say that Warren and I think we forgot to talk about it over the weekend, exactly what the workflow is going to be on the categories. I'm going to do, so what I would suggest to you for now is don't worry about the categories.
Okay.
Because Warren and I are going to have to figure that out internally because he's also going to be tagging them right now this episode. Well, these are all the tags for this one.
Okay.
So he's been tagging and probably doing the category. I'm just not sure what the workflow will be on that. Maybe he'll go in after you do it, or
Okay.
I'm not sure what our next workflow is. But honestly, and I mentioned this the other day, he's best suited to pick the categories and tags because he's the only one that actually listens to the episode. You and I don't.
Right, right. But if there's anything that Warren wants me to do sort of as a global thing, just tell me.
Well, one global thing is they will all get checked all episodes.
Okay. I mean, I can do some things, yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's global. I mean that's automatic. You don't even have to do it. I have it set as a default.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we still need to figure that out a little bit because there's a lot of categories.
Okay.
And the tags. I said he's kind of best suited for that for now.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, because I said without listening to it, it's hard to know.
Yeah.
All right, so the player. Let's do. All right, so I'm just going to go do a new one. So we're doing a new post.
Mm-hmm.
I will. I'm just going to add any old media.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have. Do we have any in here yet? I don't think we do. All right, I have to grab one. I'll just pick Alan since it's the most recent.
Mm-hmm. Have you had your coffee?
I did, as the computer had its coffee. Insert. Okay, there it goes.
Okay.
Is that the right size? That's interesting. Why did that come up so small?
You sure you uploaded the right one?
Let me check. I did cover.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Divided by 627. Okay, that's
Yeah.
the right size.
Yeah.
I have no idea why it comes. I haven't actually done one in the site yet because the ones I've been doing, because you've been posting them on the other site, I've just been copying the HTML.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I haven't actually done a full one. So anyway, so let's assume it's right.
Okay.
And I'm just going to bring it, so then you're just going to bring the cursor, like, as soon as it's under the photo.
Yep.
Let's also go ahead and open up another tab for Libsyn. You're going to need the link. See where you would normally go, nothing's changed here either. You would go to, I think you go to schedule for release.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but let's go to previously published. Libsyn has been super slow this weekend. I don't know if they're doing updating.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're going to copy the direct link. Okay, so you got the cursor under the photo.
Mm-hmm.
The link is all set to go. The player is this button, STP.
Okay.
Which is Smart Podcast. I don't know what this STP. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. This is also there are two different players. They're two different players. You want the black one.
Okay.
All right. So you click on it. It's so easy. Paste the URL in.
Okay.
The title is only the episode number.
Okay.
163 or something.
Okay.
And that's it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then you put the episode in, as you normally do.
Yep.
We don't even, for right now, we're not even doing anything with Squirrely, because I said we're tagging it differently anyway.
Yes.
There's nothing to do down here. We used to go into the media URL and verify it. Nothing to do there, because this is all PowerPress.
Okay. What about the meta description, all that?
That's a good question. Where does Smart Podcast pick up the meta description for iTunes? Wait, what's the question? Huh. I'm going to have to find that out.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't even have
Yeah, I know. I see that.
a space for it, which means the player is set to picking up that meta description from somewhere. It might be in Smart Podcast Player settings, which I can check in a moment, but I don't remember seeing it.
So basically, when I drop in the player and drop in the content, there's nothing below that.
No, because this is all has to do with the pop-up.
Okay.
This is PowerPress.
Okay.
Man, that's a good question. I completely forgot about that. I'm not sure where, because I said iTunes uses that meta description.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I will find that out.
Okay.
So basically, I'm kind of curious, though, to see let's say this is correct, because the photo coming in so small is odd to me.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you're a little concerned about that.
It's odd, because it looked just like, it used to be the complete opposite. It would look enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is small. What in the world?
Well, go back to the media. Go back to where that is. Click on it and see what.
Yeah, maybe there was a setting set in the media.
Well.
Maybe it's set on thumbnail. And
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, up there it says,
actually,
you see it said the right dimensions on it.
Did it? Back to the actual post. Click on the edit button there. first of all, size, medium. All right.
Aha.
So we'd want it full size,
Yeah. Okay.
centered. Update.
Okay.
Oops. One too far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't go back.
Do Control Z. That might bring it back.
No.
Okay.
All right, but hang on a second. Here's what I'm going to do. I don't want WordPress to go all funky on us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so it's good to know. See, it's defaulting. Now, I don't know how you can change that, but yeah, it's defaulting. We want center,
Mm-hmm.
we want full size.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's looking normal.
Yeah.
Player.
Yeah.
I think the URL is still there. I think it's 3, 10. Okay. Save draft. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, like I said, nothing really changes. Same title,
Mm-hmm.
same format for the title, full-size photograph. If you find when you're in there, if you know a way of changing the defaults, go ahead and change it.
Right.
Add the player, the format everything else stays the same. Like I said, it's always going to default to all episodes, and we'll find out. We'll work out our workflow, and I'll find out about the meta descriptions.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, so that's that.
Okay.
And then the gift. So as I mentioned, what we're actually doing is we're going to do it as staff members.
Okay.
So you would go to Add New, and you would put their names. I'll make it you.
Okay.
Actually, let me open up.
And do we put their full name, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, no problem.
So I want to use. Last name is Williams, right?
Yep. Yep.
It's fine. I do business with something else called Mick Williams. I just want to make sure. Matt Mick Williams and Brenda Williams. All right. So what we're going to put here is the gift. All right. So his book is a gift book. Where's the link? What? To Alan's gift.
It is not like this video.
Oh, crap. All right, let me pick something else. I picked something more challenging. I think it's the only time anybody's given us a PDF.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, so we're going to change Susan. All right, so here's her gift.
Okay.
All right, so she's offering first chapter of Tough Cookies Don't Crumble. So this is where you got, you want to adapt this a little bit to make it work
Okay.
for what makes sense for you. So I would probably put here, I'd put first chapter
Mm-hmm.
of Tough Cookies Don't Crumble. That's it. That's all I put there. Obviously, it doesn't need,
Okay.
by Susan O'Malley. That's it.
Right.
And
What about the turn setbacks into success? Would you pick that up?
I'm sorry. Say that again. The what? Oh. Let's try it. You'll see.
Okay.
there's not a lot of real estate here.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll all fit, and it is the full name of the book. So,
Okay.
all right. So then, under here, then you just hit restart, and then here you use the short code.
Okay.
And in the short code, we're going to create a button. Everything else stays the same. The URL is URL of the gift.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the optional label is actually the label you put on the button. So it's kind of repetitive, but the label of the button is going to be really short. So here you put just maybe get first chapter.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more call to action.
Okay.
And then hit insert.
Okay.
And then down here, where it says position,
Yes.
it's always defaulting to founder partner. So you want to take that out, and I would put, you can put author, you can put coach / author. If they're both of those things, you could put entrepreneur.
Okay.
It's kind of whatever their title is. Obviously, if they're on the show because they've written a book,
Yes.
I put them on as author.
Okay.
Save draft. I've never done a save draft preview here, but I'm thinking it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't work that way. All right. Then I'm actually going to publish it, and then I'll just go back and take it out.
Right.
All right, so now, if you want to check it, just in the dashboard, go to all pages.
Mm-hmm.
And this is free gifts from guests.
Mm-hmm.
View. And you'll be able to see the pages if it was live. Okay, where is it? Man, my demonstrations are terrible today. What's going on?
Well, it's better to check it now, right?
Well, you just saw me do everything. Where did it go?
We'll see if I'm still there. Okay.
Oh, well, I know why. I didn't put an image in. I
Oh,
think that's why.
really?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so 3 steps. God, I'm really out of my game today. All right, so you're going to put in what the gift is.
Okay.
The button is created by the short code.
Okay.
Got that right?
Yep.
You're going to change the position. And the part I forgot was to set featured image over here.
Okay.
And this is where you would upload a new one.
Just pick anybody. There you
I'll
go.
just pick Susan.
Okay.
You hit set featured image,
Mm-hmm.
and now that's it. And it should.
So if you update it, can you go? No, you got to go to the page, don't you? Never mind.
Yeah. It's kind of odd to me that, to me, why wouldn't it show? It would have shown up just without your photograph.
Yeah, me too. That's
I'm not
exactly.
convinced there's
Uh-huh.
something missing here.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, it's still not there. And it's set so the most recent one is on top. What would be the reason?
Is it set as a public page, not private? Well, never mind. That don't make sense. I don't know.
Oh, of course. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really off my game today.
Okay.
I am kind of curious, though. So what I forgot to do is it is kind of a two-step. You're adding them as a staff member, but then you have to add them to a page.
Okay.
And the way I was told to do it, but I haven't actually done it this way. So add it here.
Where are we now?
All right. So we're in pages.
Okay.
Let me just go back there.
Okay, so we went in and added the staff member stuff.
Correct. We added the staff member, but I didn't add her to the staff member page.
Okay, so now we're in pages. Okay.
So now we're in pages. We're going to go to free gifts from guests, edit.
Okay.
Now Rose tells me this. I haven't checked it this way, but Rose tells me that even though it looks like we're adding it to the end here, it's set that she'll come up. You'll most recently you click on that little plus button. Did you see that plus button?
Yes. Yes.
And then you look for staff. So you're going to click staff,
Okay.
and
Okay.
now this should be set, and the column should be set to 4.
Oh, okay.
And then hit add new.
Okay.
I think that's it.
So is there an update on this page or anything like
Yeah.
that?
Top, yeah.
Okay.
Come on, seriously. That's because you're at the end. She told me it wasn't going to happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't miss anything over here. How could I possibly get them to the top?
Well, did you do the
Other
add?
than drag, I guess what you have to do.
Okay.
This one doesn't seem draggable. Alan, Emmy. Anyways, why is this one still over here?
Did you do the add new up at the top there? I mean, did we do that or have to do that? On the side there?
Yeah.
I mean, do we have to click on that or?
Isn't that the same thing I clicked on the bottom?
Okay.
I thought. You know, when I added it here, I hit click new.
Mm-hmm.
And then where's that going? Right. I don't know what page I'm in anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the... So I should be able to just bring this to the top. Okay. I can't imagine there isn't an easier way of doing that, though.
You gonna check with her about it doing?
Yeah, actually, she had said she was sure that we could add them in a way that would... Maybe I have to add here? I don't think so, though. Well, looks like a whole different area to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now you're up at the top.
By dragging it up there.
And it's at the bottom, so...
Am I listed twice? No.
I guess it's because of this one down here.
Okay, I'm still there. Okay, that probably fixed it.
Yeah, I'm sure it did, but I actually want to do this again. Right from the beginning. we added you as we added the new staff member. Now we're in the page.
Yeah.
Maybe all I need to do is hit add new here.
Try it. Let's see if it automatically puts it at the top.
That's what I'm wondering. No, it added it to the bottom again.
Okay. I don't think you got me if you're dragging.
No, I didn't. I was just trying to see if there's any way of... Maybe it's a setting. Maybe I can have her go in and tweak the setting, because it's...
Yeah, like date order or something of added, or...
Yep. Yeah, because it is adding it at the end, which we don't want.
Mm-hmm. But for now, I know to drag it to the top. If it doesn't do it automatically.
Yeah. Alright, we'll find out from her.
Okay.
But despite my lousy demonstration, it is easier.
Yeah, I can see that it does.
I think it's going to work well. We actually remember to take this out.
Yeah. Take it off the other page.
And I don't think there's an update to this. No. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I want to go back to the post just to check. I just want to confirm. I don't think there's any difference in the broadcast scheduling either. I think that's all the same.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to delete this page when we're done, right?
You mean the post?
Yeah.
When I was playing with? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nothing's changed.
Oh, you bring up... So I don't do any scheduling. Or do I?
Yeah, no, you've been doing the scheduling. Remember, you do...
No, I mean, where do... it's right. Publish on, just edit there. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So episode 1, or Wednesday's episode, will be at 3:30, and then the Saturday episode at 3:45.
And remind me, do I select the same date?
Yeah. So you want? Yep. So we're still broadcasting at Wednesday mornings at 3:30 a.m. for the first episode, 3:45 for the second episode.
All on Wednesday, and then it'll control when it goes out.
Yeah. So they'll both go to the website on Wednesday mornings.
Okay.
But the second one doesn't actually broadcast publicly in iTunes until Saturday.
Okay.
Because what's different now than it used to be is the blog is no longer controlling iTunes.
Right. Okay.
Which is why I'm thinking the meta description doesn't really matter here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're not seeing it, actually.
Okay.
Because the description is now in... Yeah, that would make sense. The reason we're not seeing it is because this is how slow Libsyn has been all week. See how long... Look, wait till you see how long it takes to close this window.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll come back, the wheel of death. There it is. And then it'll close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here's the description. That's why you don't have to worry about
Okay.
the meta description.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, I think once you get in there and do it, you'll...
Right.
Like I said, it actually really is a much more streamlined process.
Right. I just need to do one.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll, and we're nowhere near ready, so you may not get them today. It might be tomorrow before you get the next two.
Okay,
Um,
that's fine.
we're officially launching the website on Wednesday. We decided it was going to be tomorrow. We decided to put it off till Wednesday so that we actually have a fresh episode with the new episode, with the new website.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does, and the new, and it turned out to be, I interviewed Chris Brogan last week, and on the topic of his new book, which is called The Freak Shall Inherit the Earth, and it's actually a really good fit for the theme and launch of the website. So we're actually doing it. It's only a 20-minute interview because that's all that he allows for his interviews. It's much shorter than most of my interviews. So I'm going to do like a longer intro to it and frame it as kind of tying it in with the launch of the website.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, he's a big name. He thought it was a really cool idea because the whole, his next book, he's actually working on his next book, and it's actually called Belong. It's about building, or how communities will drive the economy in the future, or something like that.
Okay.
And the cool thing is that the theme of Belong is exactly how I've been pre-promoting the website, about it's a place where you belong, no matter how different you are.
Yeah.
And so when this interview came along, the context was so perfect. I was like, "Do you mind if I use this as the launch of my website?" He was totally for it.
Awesome.
So because of that, we decided to put the launch off for a day.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those moments of intervention, synchronicity. It was just too great. I'm like,
Yeah.
because his interview was scheduled like nearly 3 months ago, and it's kind of amazing that when it came down to interviewing him, the context of what we talked about was so perfect for the launch. That yes. So we're doing that one, and then the other Saturday's episode is Hal Elrod, and I don't know if you know who Hal is, but he wrote a book called Miracle Morning, which is a phenomenal book. A huge, my God. So these are 2 episodes that should be big. Hal is huge. I mean, Hal, for John Lee Dumas of Entrepreneur on Fire, Hal is like his 3rd biggest episode of all time.
Wow.
Yeah, Hal has a huge following. Whether he'll share it and promote it as we hope he would, that would be, who knows. But
Right.
so we're coming out strong this week with the new site and 2 really big episodes.
That's great. It's exciting.
It is, and nerve-wracking. But
Yeah.
for the most part, it's ready to go. I mean, for the most part, like a couple little tweaks, like order of the gifts, things like that are coming up. But I'll shoot an email off to Rose right now and find out.
Okay, no problem.
All right. So let me know if you have any problems, or I said I'll be sure to check what you do. But I think once you get in there, you'll see it's extremely similar and simpler.
Well, just getting out of that HTML code sounds wonderful.
Doesn't it? I know. There's just, we don't have to. I love the new format of the gifts. I really do. I'm really happy with the
Yeah.
And I love the look. I think it's such a clean look.
Yes.
I think the new player is easier.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You and Warren have done a great job in streamlining this.
Yeah, it's been, and actually Rose has been really terrific.
Yes, yeah, I can tell, absolutely.
She's been really great, so huge credit to her for sure.
Exactly.
And then, as soon as this one's done, or shortly thereafter, we have to start on the next one, which is my JeffreyShaw.com website, which is really my main website. This Creative Warriors Unite has never existed before, so this is brand new, but JeffreyShaw.com, which is such a transitional site right now because I'm still a photographer as well, and I can't shut that down. I can't walk away from that yet.
Right.
But somehow to incorporate that world in with my speaking world. So we'll be tackling that website next.
That sounds cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's exhausting. This is the year this is the foundational year.
Exactly.
Excellent. All right, we'll dive in and let me know how it goes. We'll get the stuff to you. Like I said, I don't know it'll be today because I can tell we're already falling behind.
That's fine. Get it to me tomorrow, and then it'll take me a little longer first time around. Then it'll be like everything else.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right.
All right, Brenda. Thank you.
Sure thing.
All right. Bye.
Bye.